Sprint's 5G network is no more. Hi, I'm Chris with the Mobile Internet Resource Center, here to give you an update from the world of 5G, and in this case it's negative news. T-Mobile has pulled the plug on Sprint's 5G network. Oh, what's going on here? Why is 5G disappearing instead of rolling out? Well, this comes down to Sprint having had an early lead with 5G. They rushed out in just over a year ago to turn on their mid-band 5G network in a whole bunch of cities, about 5, 6, and they eventually rolled out to about 8 cities nationwide, where they actually had big, broad area 5G coverage over these cities with their mid-band spectrum. But because the way Sprint brought this out, this 5G devices that they were bringing out on this network were not going to be compatible with the networks that T-Mobile was eventually bringing out. And so now that T-Mobile owns Sprint, one of the first things T-Mobile said that they were going to do is shut down Sprint's 5G network and take all that spectrum and integrate it into T-Mobile's 5G network. So what's going on here is Sprint has a ton of mid-band 5G spectrum. This is spectrum that isn't as fast as the millimeter wave, super short range millimeter wave that Verizon in particular is focusing on, and isn't super long range like T-Mobile's 600 megahertz spectrum, 5G spectrum that they're rolling out as their foundation nationwide. But Sprint's mid-band is this kind of juicy sweet spot in the middle. It's got range and it's got speed. Not super range and not super speed, but it's kind of the sweet spot. And so T-Mobile goal for acquiring Sprint was really to get access to this spectrum. That wasn't so much for the Sprint customers, it was for the spectrum. And so T-Mobile is moving really, really aggressively to turn off the network that Sprint started to build, and now they're starting to turn on all that spectrum to give T-Mobile more 5G speed and coverage and everything else. So what about the Sprint customers who bought 5G devices last year and who invested in this network? Well, unfortunately, you're out of luck. We've been trying to warn people for years now that the first generation of 5G devices based on Qualcomm X50 modems were really best thought of as working prototypes because they didn't support the full range of 5G bands and they were not going to be future-proof, and this here is evidence of that. So it's not that T-Mobile is being mean, it's just that first wave of Sprint 5G devices do not have the hardware to talk to the kind of network that T-Mobile is putting out. So any of those Sprint customers who bought those first generation of 5G phones, T-Mobile has probably contacted you. If not, contact them. They're doing trade-in deals to encourage people to upgrade to the Samsung Galaxy S20. That was the first of the second generation 5G phones with a new generation modem that can support both the mid-band and the high-band and the low-band 5G. So that is what T-Mobile is doing for the Sprint customers. If you don't choose to upgrade your device, well, there's no more 5G for Sprint customers. Your phone will just be a really great 4G phone until you eventually get onto a new generation of 5G. So that's just kind of a quick update, one little snapshot into the state of 5G. We did a really big industry overview post and video just a week ago, so go check that out. We'll probably put the link down here someplace and see all the latest, because this is a really interesting horse race. T-Mobile has jumped into a big lead in the initial race to 5G, but it's a 3-horse race. Verizon and AT&T are also up to some really interesting stuff, so follow along as we watch the race to 5G. Do you like the cool mobile and connected shirts you see us wearing in all our videos? Well, now's your chance to get one.
Now, we offered these shirts initially when we launched them over 2 years ago, and our members have access to them year-round. But in celebration of hitting 30,000 subscribers on this YouTube channel, thank you for that, we are offering them in a limited run again this month only. So you can get them on the bottom of every video, or go to mobileinternetinfo.com/shirts. And we appreciate your support of the Resource Center.
These videos are brought to you by our premium members, our mobile internet aficionados. They make it possible for us to track this news and create these videos. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe to our channel, or better yet, consider becoming a member yourself.